Hi, it's me again with Corel Draw Tips and Tricks, and this video is kind of new and old stuff. The new or the old stuff, if you have an object that you want to rotate and it's at 54.31 inches or degrees, and you want to rotate it, 22 and a half degrees, you have to get a calculator out. So I've showed this before. Just take your Smart Fill tool, fill it in. Let's just nudge it out of the way. Let's left click, right click, get rid of the old one, delete, and then nudge this one back. Well, I put P. Just nudge it back. Now your Smart Fill has turned it back to 0 because it's a new object, but it's exactly the same shape. So then you can rotate it, from wherever you want. And the reason I made the video is because this morning somebody is using one of my saw blade files and wants to put 5 of them. These are laser cut deals in a saw blade. They help with noise or wobbleness or preciseness or heat. I'm sure there's a lot of reasons. They're just cut through the saw blade, and it basically keeps it from wobbling, I think. Takes the stress out. So we're going to go to range, we're going to ungroup them, and here's the problem. When I ungrouped all. So whenever you ungroup all, you ungroup a lot of stuff. You need to go to range and just ungroup objects, and then you've got this object. So let's delete these. Well, we can hit center of the page here in a second. Put this back, hitting P, put it in the center of the page. So we'll hit P and put it in the center of the page, and then we'll start moving it directly up, and then hold down the control key. The problem they were having, when they do that, it's at 180 degrees. And they need, very easily with a calculator, you just add 72 degrees. So you could just go plus 72 degrees and then duplicate that around. Matter of fact, just Control D and duplicate, and then plus sign 72, and there's going to be your 5. But if it wasn't that simple, and using math like that kind of helps learn. But what you can do also, even though this is 180 degrees, the center rotation is down there. Well, if it actually needs, I moved it so it needs to be the center. You can actually mirror it. Now it's at 360 degrees. Doesn't matter which way these things are going, and now you can Control D, and 360 is basically 0, goes 72 degrees. Control D, Control D, Control D. Now you have 5 of them. Now I don't know if it's always going to be that simple. If you had 180 degrees, you flipped it that away and then back. As long as the center rotation doesn't change, you're mirroring it, but it changes. Especially if it's 180. So let's say the only copy you had was this one, and you've got to use it, and you rotate it like that, and then you put it in the center of the page, and you move it up top. Now it's at 2.36 degrees. You know what? I bet you just putting it to 0 will make it even. Yep. So I think anything's possible, because you can change this. Now it's at 180 degrees because it's basically centered off itself. So probably the easiest thing to do is just add, when you have 180 degrees, well, that wouldn't work. See, if you move the degrees, it does that, but if you mirror it, there's 180 plus sign 72 degrees. Well, I didn't have my rotation to the center. drag your rotation center. I always double check it, make sure it is. Just right there, add the plus 72 degrees. And we messed it up a little bit because we mirrored it, or I moved it. That's what happened. Anyway, I hope that helped them a little bit, and thank you for watching.